All right, welcome everyone to Scareticulus. So, hope everyone is having a good day. Hope you had a great weekend. It's Monday, November 17th, 2025, and we are going to be talking about movies on this stream. So, hope you guys hit the thumbs up, share the stream out if you want to support the channel. I've been steadily growing it, as you guys can see by the sub count. It's at 2,120 subs right now, give or take. I gained like, I don't know, like 400-500 subs in like a week or something like that. So not bad. Not bad. It's because I'm putting out all these Scream videos. People love to talk about Scream. That's like a big thing on here, especially in the horror space. They love to talk about Scream. So we're going to be talking about Scream on this stream. I'm going to be giving some, Scream 7 theories because Scream 7's coming out next February. Like, I think at the end of the month. I can't remember which day, but it's in February. So I'm also going to, I guess, talk a little bit about Five Nights at Freddy's 2 later because the sequel's coming out like in December or so. So I also want to talk about some movies that I've seen recently. Bugonia was one of them. I saw it in the theaters yesterday. I'll give my thoughts a little later on about that. Plus some other movies that I've seen with Honey Bunch, my girl in the chat. You guys know her. You love her. And some other stuff as well. So hit the thumbs up, strap in. We're going to enjoy ourselves, just kind of chilling out, having a good little talk sesh. If you guys would like to donate at any point during the stream, you know what to do. So there you go. There's Nightbot. Wow, right on time. You just really dropped it, so that's great. Good to see. Okay, so let me say hi to everyone in the chat and then we'll get started here. Jenny, good to see you. Honey Bunch, my love, how are you? Chrissy, Gloria, how are you? Good to see you. Let's see here. Patty, good to see you. See, not a lot of people show up for, just general entertainment, streams that have nothing to do with like drama or anything like that. So, I mean, it's to be expected. People don't really like real content, around these spaces. So it's to be expected, I guess. It takes a little while to kind of grow, a streaming audience, even if you are putting out good content, Hey, Honey Bunch, welcome to the
Hi,
stream.
how are you?
Good. So the Coca-Cola Zero Holiday Creamy Vanilla is pretty good.
Oh, you like it?
Yeah, it's I'm trying to like compare it to the like Coke Zero that had vanilla before, like just a normal Coke Zero vanilla. And I think that one was a little bit stronger. Like if I'm just trying to recollect what that tasted like compared to this is a little smoother. Like you can tell it's a mellower kind of taste. It's not
I
like
thought
extreme at all.
I thought Coke Vanilla was like still a thing. Has it not been out for a while?
It's not I mean, at least not, in my area, it's not really like much of like they do have cherry Coke. They sell that at like everywhere. Like cherry Coke is everywhere. But vanilla Coke is more of like a specialty item. So Valentine's with Scream movie? What do you mean? Like Valentine's
Because
Day
I
next?
said, yeah, I said like nothing says the month of love like a slasher movie.
Oh, right. Oh yeah, so romantic. Well, the funny thing is a lot of couples and a lot of relationships do revolve like around the love of horror movies. They like to kind of watch them together and get a thrill out of it and kind of snuggle up and just like that, the feelings that they get watching the movie make them like closer together. So that
Yeah,
is
and
a
it gives you an excuse to like,
yeah,
grab on to whoever you're watching the movie with.
right. Exactly. 1 minute you're watching a horror movie, next minute you're naked, under the covers. It's just how it is.
Right. As long as you're not in the theater, because then
Right. Well,
Probably
yeah.
keep your stuff on.
There are some theaters where you can just lay down in bed and have some blankets, but I don't know. I don't think that's a very specialty kind of experience, The
Right,
only
yeah.
one was orange was gross. I'm still sitting on so much of it. Orange? What are you talking about here? What one with orange? What are you talking about? People are speaking in code. It's hard to decipher.
The Coke.
Oh, the Coke orange. We're okay. We're still on that. All right. See, I go from like topic to topic, so I get like people bring up shit from like 2 minutes ago. I'm like, where are you? What? Come on, catch up. Like we've already talked about that. We're done talking about Coca-Cola. Now we're talking about this.
I do notice like Mountain Dew has like 100 million different flavors of that. Because someone I recently saw had like maybe dragon fruit Mountain Dew or something like that. I was like, what in the world?
Dragon.
So it must be like, yeah, like seasonal. Like I really don't drink a lot of pop, so
there's a lot of random like Mountain Dew flavors and stuff like that I've seen. Also, like
yeah.
Dr. Pepper's got like a lot of weird flavors. Yeah, and you're just getting to my sorry. It's like it was like orange creamsicle Coca-Cola. I mean, it was okay. It wasn't terrible. Ooh. Hello there. My name is Scott Walker. I live all the way in Melbourne, Australia. I'm a huge Scream from way back. I watched the original on video in 1998. I was 6 years old and I still love them. Well, that's great. Good to hear.
My gosh. I remember 6 years old.
6 years old, apparently. Their parents did not give a single shit about showing them that movie.
I watch those movies now and I'm like, okay, this is a little much.
She can barely handle the movies now. I remember watching them when I was a teenager when they came out. I'm pretty sure. But I was, so I'm a little older than that. I think I was like maybe 15. No, 96. I don't know if I saw it in 96. I might have seen it a few years later after that. I can't remember exactly.
But you were young when you watched Chucky.
Yes, I was young when I watched Chucky. I was actually about Scott's age when I watched Chucky. Actually, I was probably a little bit younger. I was like 5 years old.
Yeah, that's crazy too.
I basically demanded, that my parents and my grandparents would, let me see Chucky because I really wanted to see it. I guess I saw it advertised somewhere like on TV or something. I was like, I want to see that, right? And I was just begging them left and right, like, can I see this movie? I want to see this movie. And then finally, I got my grandfather to show me the movie. Like he taped it like on VHS. He literally taped it off fucking like NBC or whatever. I don't know what channel it was. It might have been BBC or something back then. And he showed me the whole movie. And by the end of the fucking movie, I was like traumatized. He was asleep. I was
right.
Started a lifelong obsession with Chucky. Hence the shirt here. You can't see it above Scott's comment, but that's Chucky, right? It says good guys. Anyway.
It's always interesting to me to hear like the first movie in any genre that people really like end up enjoying. Like the Chucky movies for you and Scott really liking Scream at such young ages. Like that is just mind-boggling.
Crazy. But kids love horror is what I've learned over the years. You can try to like shield them from it, like, oh, it's not appropriate, they shouldn't be watched. But kids love scary shit. They love getting like that adrenaline boost where like they're hiding behind like the chair and like, oh my God, it's scary. They love that feeling, even though they hate it, they also love it.
And they love just doing what they're not like, oh, why can't I watch this? Let me see what it's about.
It's taboo. It's naughty. The more you tell them not to watch it, they're going to want to watch it even more, That's how it is.
Yeah.
So Honey Bunch had some questions to ask me on the stream, and I would like to field those questions.
Oh, you're ready for all these questions?
I'm ready for all
I don't know if we'll do all of them, but I did ask them just because your Scareticulus channel is doing so well, and it's fun, and it's just laid back. And I just thought it would be kind of cool to do a Q&A with you.
Yeah.
So what really inspired you to start this channel?
What really inspired me? Well, I wanted to talk about horror movies. I wanted to talk about Chucky specifically because the Chucky TV show had just ended, and I was just like not impressed with the direction that show decided to go with Chucky. I hadn't been impressed with with the output of Chucky stuff the past 20 years or so since Seed of Chucky. Because Don Mancini basically took over the whole franchise and he's just driven it into the ground to the point of no return. Like I don't even think it can recover at this point. But anyway, that's besides the point. So I wanted to just kind of, have a place where I could kind of discuss that stuff. And I thought maybe if I created something outside of like the community that I was in, like that could just be my own thing that's separate from all this crap. I don't know. It would feel like more of a pure expression of what I liked and what I enjoyed. And Honey Bunch actually encouraged me to make the channel. Like I probably wouldn't have done it honestly if she hadn't pushed me to do it. So, yeah,
Well,
I appreciate having Honey Bunch do that for me.
I just know how much you enjoy discussing movies, and you did have a movie channel like before.
Yeah, I did. I did have a movie
Yeah.
channel before. We don't have to go through why it doesn't exist anymore.
No, but it is something that you've enjoyed doing and talking about.
Yeah. Hey, Nicole.
So you brought up like how you didn't enjoy the Chucky movie or the Chucky TV series.
TV series, yeah.
Yeah,
the third one,
but
that basically they got canceled after the third season. And I bet a lot of people were really shocked. But it's like once you have Chucky pressing the nuke button in like the president's war room, I mean, why are you shocked that the series was canceled after that? Like you should have expected it. You ruined your anyway.
You did enjoy the Scream series, right?
Yeah, the Scream TV series I thought was, and that's apparently a very contentious issue in the Scream community. A lot of people didn't like the Scream series. Now, I've not been I was not a major Scream fan over the years. I enjoyed the movies, but you couldn't say that I was like a mega fan or anything. So when I watched the series, I was like, oh, this is like a kind of a cool, Scream adjacent kind of series that, I mean, it has different characters. It's got a different like version of the killer. It's kind of like a similar universe, like a parallel universe to the Scream movies, but just like different characters and stuff. But I
it's just kind of interesting to see horror series get TV shows.
Yeah, now Welcome to Derry, that's a show now. After the two It movies that came out some years back.
Okay, next question. If you could live in any horror movie universe for 1 week, which one would you choose?
If I could live in any horror movie for 1 week, what would I choose? Well, so let's see. I think, and this might be maybe a little controversial choice, and maybe it might be considered cheating, but I'm going to take it. Ghostbusters. And I would be a Ghostbuster. And I would crack jokes while doing the ghostbusting.
Right.
I mean, what else are you going to choose? You're going to choose to be in like a slasher movie like Halloween, like Jenny, like you're going to get slashed by Michael Myers? Oh, what fun. Like what other choices do you really have? Like in a straight up horror movie, you always have the disadvantage unless you're the killer, right? You're just out there getting killed. So what would really be enjoyable to exist for a week other than busting ghosts? You get the proton packs, you get the traps and shit. I mean, it's great. It's that's fun. That would be a fun horror universe to live in.
Yeah. But I didn't. Yeah. So do you think you would survive like being in a Freddy movie, or like what horror movie do you think you could survive in if you had to pick like a slasher movie?
Ooh, which one would I be able to survive in? Well, I'll tell you something. After all the years of learning all of Chucky's moves, okay, knowing where he would hide, what he would try, all of the possible places, like weapons he might use. I feel like I know his playbook pretty well by now, that I could get the upper hand fairly easily. A lot of people, I think they kind of mock Chucky and think you could just kind of kick him, like, oh, why you were scared. But Chucky, the whole thing about Chucky is he likes to hide, behind things. He likes to be stealthy, so you don't detect him, right? That's his strength, is he hides kind of in the shadows and he catches you off guard. He's clever like that, right? But so if I already know I'm going to the Chucky universe and I know what to expect, right? That's half the problem with like Chucky's victims, is they're unsuspecting. They don't know he's alive before they get killed, right? If we go through
But
all the
don't you?
Chucky victims that existed throughout all the movies, most of them were not aware he was even alive.
Okay, but when you're watching some of the Chucky movies, don't you sometimes feel like they could just throw him off of them?
They could, and sometimes they do. But again, Chucky has this way of like hiding. He has this way of gaining the upper hand. He's very stealthy. Even if you lose him temporarily, he'll like tumble under the couch, and then you look there and he's gone. Like, where the fuck did he go? Next thing you know, he's on your shoulder, like biting
Yeah,
your
he's
butt.
like bite.
You know what I mean? He's just very like coordinated like that. It's not like any other serial killer. You can't point to Freddy. Freddy's not that versatile, really. He's not agile. Jason, very large, lumbering man, but you always know where he is. You're never gonna get caught off guard unless, again, you don't know he's out there, right?
Yeah, I would survive in none.
You'd just be dead as soon as you show up.
I would just be like, take me now. I am not doing this for 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Just
Hey,
get it
Summer.
over with.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Summer. Okay, next question. What movie character do you think matches your personality the most?
Movie character matches
Mhm.
my personality? Okay.
Yeah.
I would have to say John Cusack's character in 1408. He has exactly like the just the right amount of snark that he gives in a lot of like his responses and his personality. It's very like it's like this bitterness mixed
Mhm.
with like a very like a jaded kind of sensibility to him. Like, he's been through it. Like, you can't shock him, you can't surprise him. Like, he's just been through it all. And he's just going to be the most sarcastic motherfucker around, that's I guess that's kind of how I would be. That's how I would treat things.
That is a very depressing character in that movie.
That's a depressing character.
I thought so. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, he did end up being a depressing character in the movie once you get into the backstory and the flashbacks and all that stuff. But just like on the surface level, like personality wise, I think your Mary character is Stu from Scream. Your Mary character? Like, I'm Stu from Scream? Like, I'm like Stu? I don't know. Go on.
Wow. Okay.
Go on.
If you could talk movies with anyone, who would be like your dream movie conversation collaboration be?
Wait, okay. If I could talk movies with anyone?
Yeah.
Anyone. Like, either living or dead? Yes? Did you say yes before muting?
My thing disconnected. But yeah, if you could talk movies with anyone, who would you want to talk movies with? Like an actor, director, like anyone.
That's a tough one. Are these Chat GPT questions? I don't know.
No, that's a good idea. I should have used ChatGPT.
I think these are good, honest questions. Let's see. If I could talk with anyone about movies, who would it be? Maybe I would talk with I think I would talk to Robert Zemeckis. I think that would be an interesting discussion because I love a lot of his earlier movies, but I'm not really a fan of his later movies. And I want to talk about that with him, and also how he was able to make such great movies back then and what he could teach me.
Okay, so I think I know the answer to this next question, but maybe I'm wrong. So we'll
Okay.
see. But you've talked like um about things Hollywood does, especially like Disney, that you think is maybe woke and not really what people want.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you think is something else that like Hollywood or movies in general are getting wrong that you feel like the audience doesn't get enough of or gets too much of? Like, what's something you would change?
Um, I would say there's like an over reliance on CGI in a lot of things, especially like in horror. I feel like the tactile feeling of like practical effects are scarier than CGI, like almost 100% of the time. Now, it's if you could get CGI to like kind of like I don't know, aid in some effects here and there, like to kind of help out like a practical scene or something like that, like okay, fine. But when they have like just CGI all over the place, it's just like a mess. Like it's basically like a cartoon at that point. I feel like it's not interesting to watch. Like you just treat it like you're watching a cartoon at that point. So I would say less of that would be good, and more practical sets, more practical like puppetry,
Hmm.
stuff like that. More tits. Hey,
There you
Jason.
go.
I always use more tits, right? Uh, hey, King Matthew the Third, welcome to
I
to
thought
the
you were
channel.
gonna say
I'm
less
working on it.
remakes of older classic movies.
Yes. Okay. So
So I was
that's a good
wrong.
one too. Yes, less remakes, less sequels in general. But see, that's how the Hollywood machine works. If something is profitable, they're going to want to make more of it. And so I can say all I want. Like I would want less of this than the companies. That's not an actionable solution. So if they're going to continue to make sequels and remakes, I would at least want them to remake something that deserves to be remade and not just remake the same fucking shit over and over again. Like I know it's profitable, but like at least take something that like didn't work before and like try to make it work with a remake. I think that would be good, you know?
Yeah.
But see,
Well,
that's again, companies nowadays, they're kind of taught to mitigate risk, and so they don't do things that could be considered like a business risk, right? Where they can
hmm
risk millions and billions of dollars now. They're not going to do that.
right. And I think that kind of goes along with how we were talking a while ago about comedians who can't really take like the risk that they used to take in their comedy anymore
Hmm.
because for so long comedians were just being canceled. Right? I do hope we are kind of moving away from that, but it's the same with movies. They're not going to be taking risks that are going to cause them to lose viewers or to offend people. However, I do think that has happened with some of the Disney movies, so it is kind of interesting watching that,
Hmm.
and hopefully it changes.
Right.
Okay, next question. Let me see. Okay, what is one horror movie you think is um overhyped, like there's too much hype for, and what is that you think is underrated?
Okay. Way too much fucking hype for those goddamn Wicked movies. Okay. Like, I'm sure they're fine. Okay. I haven't seen them. I haven't seen the first one. I probably won't see the second one. I'm sure it's fine, but goddamn, y'all. Way too overhyped. Not impressed with that stuff. It's just it's too much, too loud. What needs to be more hyped?
Hmm.
You know what? That's a tough one. Something that's more underrated. I'm the devil. I am. It's true. I don't know, maybe like the Final Destination movies. Like I know
Oh
that
my
they're
god.
decently successful, but like I feel like that I really like that series, and I think it has a lot of promise.
There's
I mean,
50 of them already.
there's 6, and they're all good. Is the thing? They're all decent
No.
movies. I feel like they could really just keep that going, you know. And they're gonna make another one. There's gonna be a 7th one soon. So I mean, and those just deserve to be way more popular, in my opinion, because they're interesting. One horror movie I think is underrated is the new I Know What You Did Last Summer, and one horror movie I think is overhyped is Terrifier is very overhyped. We saw that first one together, and I was like, this is just a bunch of gore. Like it wasn't that interesting. Maybe they get better as they go along or something, but I didn't see the new I Know What You Did Last Summer. Did you? And you didn't see that either. So I think with
Yeah,
the
if you
Final
didn't see it, I
Destination,
didn't see it.
yeah, which should give up on the national disasters and car crashes and concentrate on animal attacks. Animal attacks. That would be an interesting. That's something I haven't seen them do before. Is like people getting mauled by animals and shit. That would be terrifying.
Yeah.
I actually agree. Like at a zoo or something, like a zoo, like a whole animals like break free at a zoo because like let's say a chain like snaps like a fence or something, and then all the animals just stampede out. That would be interesting. I have to agree. That's actually a decent idea, Scott. Hopefully they take your suggestion. Overrated 28 years later. It sucked. I didn't see it. Will be more terrifying, a normal leopard or a black leopard if you have to choose which one more scary to get attacked by. I would say a black one. Not to be racist or anything, but sorry. Okay, go on. Any more questions?
What is an upcoming movie that you're really looking forward to? Other than Scream.
I guess I'm kind of looking forward to the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 movie, even though the first one wasn't like I wasn't crazy about the first one, but I'm hoping the second one at least fixes or addresses some issues that I had with it. Yeah.
And what about a TV show?
TV show. The Pluribus show that we've been watching. That's good. That's a good show.
Yeah, that is good.
I mean, I'm looking forward to more of that, I guess you could say. So, why didn't E.T. get a sequel? Because he went home. What more is there to say?
Back.
He went home. You gonna come back now? Like, Elliot, I came back to visit. They're doing a remake of Cujo to Kill a Dog movie very soon. I've heard they're going to be choosing between a Labrador or a German Shepherd for the killer dog.
Ooh.
Interesting. Yeah, I remember seeing the first Cujo. I thought it was decent.
No, I would never watch that. I get scared of animals anyway sometimes. Like I was running not too long ago and I went past a farm and the cows were standing by the highway, and they're cows, like they're docile animals, but they were like standing in a line staring. And I was scared for a second. I'm like, oh my God, what if the cows attack? No, I do not like movies with animals that attack or kill.
Yeah, there was apparently this movie where a serial killer brought tourists out to the ocean to dip them in the water so sharks can eat them, called Dangerous Animals. I have heard of what you're speaking of, Nicole. I haven't seen it yet though. Wicked 2.
So the serial killer kills them first?
Yeah, I think he brings them out there to let the sharks just feed on them.
Oh, so he's just like, oh, come with me in my boat.
Yeah. Yeah, like it's like, hey, we're having a good time, and it's like plop.
Oh man.
Yeah, I think we might, King Matthew. I think Skeet Ulrich and Matthew Lillard are probably going to interact to some degree, maybe in like a flashback or something. Because, I mean, spoiler alert, Matthew Lillard's character's dead in the, at the end of the first Five Nights at Freddy's. So he's got a funny way of being dead in these horror movies and then coming back to life. It's kind of weird. There's a lot of weird links between Five Nights at Freddy's and the new Scream movie. I don't know if that's, by accident or somehow intentional. If they do a remake of American Werewolf in London of the original movie, I would love to see a female version of American Werewolf in London. Same story. Would find the actress played the part of David. Yeah, that'd be cool. What would a Scream film be? Dude, you're like 1 million comments a minute. What would a Scream film be like in 3 or 4D? 3 or 4D? 4D? You want to time travel to watch it? Okay, next question.
What is the movie that you've watched the most?
Back to the Future. Hands down.
Yeah, I thought you might say Back to the Future. I was like, it's gonna be maybe Chucky or Back to the Future.
It's Back to the Future. Because Chucky wasn't always like a favorite kind of movie.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of grew into that over the years, but Back to the Future I've always loved just as a movie since I was a child. And then my appreciation for it has only grown over the years. So,
well, that was all I had really for questions for you.
Okay. Well, thank you for asking me those questions. Do you want to talk a little bit about the movies we saw together? Are you feeling up for it?
Sure. What movie? What particular movie are you talking about?
So, we Honey Bunch and I, we watched this movie called Backdoor Sluts 9. It was a very interesting movie. No, I'm just kidding. I think that's the movie in Clerks that Randall rents to the lady. It's like Backdoor Sluts 9 or something.
God.
Anyway, so we watched that Match movie with the girl who gets kidnapped on the what was it, the Tinder date or whatever, by this weird lady, and then she finds out that she was catfished, and that the lady has like a Hunchback of Notre Dame son that she basically wants the girls to mate with or something like that. So you didn't like that movie at all?
At all? No.
She did not care for that.
Not one bit.
But I'm just gonna say this: if you like horror movies, if you're an appreciator of kind of a grim, macabre, like spooky house movie that's kind of a little gross. It can get a little gross, but it's like this, I don't know, this great like spook house horror, like somewhere you just do not want to be. Like imagine kind of like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but like a little lighter, on the gore and insanity, and more like about the cinematic tension of just being in this horrible place that you don't want to be trapped in. With a lot of, the circumstances of why you're there are also kind of horrifying, right? The ideas of you trying to go on this date to meet like your Prince Charming, and then it's like you get captured in this fucking, kept in this sex dungeon with a crazy monster or whatever. It kind of reminded me a little bit of that movie we watched where the old lady was underground, Barbarian. It's kind of a Barbarian-esque kind of movie. So if you like Barbarian, you'll probably like Match.
Which I like neither, so.
Yeah, and this came out on Tubi, I believe. It's like a Tubi original, and it's actually very good for what it is. Like it's like Tubi's like a free streaming service where you can just watch movies and shows that are not like the most premium or whatever, but it's actually a very decent horror movie. If you like that kind of thing, it's actually better than I would say most Netflix, that shovel crap that they put on there. It's actually better. So if you want a good, decent horror movie that's like good on tension and kind of creepy and like kind of a little bit gross, watch Match on Tubi.
See, the reason I am bad at talking about movies with is because I don't ever remember titles. I sort of might remember an actor, but I won't remember their name. I'll just remember some TV show or movie they were in. So you got to kind of guess.
Right.
And actually, I don't mind spoilers. So I don't ever want to give something away.
Right.
But I love spoilers. Yes. Tell me the ending.
Yeah, she loves the spoilers. Some people don't, but actually most people don't, but Honey Bunch is not like most people. She's weird.
Yeah, I'm like, so
So
tell me about the end.
here's the funny thing: the girl that's in Match, I think, is the same girl that was in Barbarian, if I'm not mistaken. Let me
Oh,
see here.
I
Actress
the
Match.
out of the movies we've watched recently-ish, I really did not like that witch one either.
The which one? What? Hold on here. Barbarian. Let me see. Was that her? No, she was not in that one. I got that wrong. But she looks like a girl that was in that Barbarian movie. Barbarian movie actress. Okay. Yeah, it's another Hispanic lady. So I'm sorry that I was accidentally racist, or I don't know if she's Hispanic. She looks she looks like she could be multiracial or something. I don't fucking know. Point is, watch the fucking
Wow.
movie. Watch the movie. You'll like it. Barbarian was a great, clever. It was. Did you guys see the new Frankenstein? Not yet. We haven't seen that yet.
But I'm excited to watch it. I enjoy
Yeah.
Frankenstein very much. Ever since I've even
Yes.
read the book a long time ago.
Yeah.
Big fan. Jamie also loves the book.
I also love I read it from fucking front to cover, front to back, cover
Front to cover.
to spine. Anyway, so there's that. Also, we saw Bodies from 2022. Came out like on Netflix or something, and I like the idea of what they were doing with it. It's basically like these spoiled 20 somethings, these like rich, spoiled 20 somethings. They go to like this mansion that like one of the kids like parents own, and like I guess they're out of town, and so they have this
Was
huge
this
like
a stripper movie?
no, there's no stripping in this movies. It's the one we just saw like yesterday or whatever.
Oh, I thought you were talking
Remember
about
they
the
came
one
to
with
the
that stripper.
no strippers. They came to this like mansion, and then it was raining. There's like a hurricane. Remember, it was like a hurricane party.
Yes.
And then they played this game called Bodies, where basically someone like plays dead, and then you have to
Mm-hmm.
find out like who killed them. Right? It's like a little group game that you play. But then they find out that someone after playing the game actually died. And they're trying to figure out like, okay, who killed the guy, right? Who killed this, this person? And they're all like blaming each other. They're like, one minute you think it's this person, next minute you think it's that person. They do
Yeah.
throw a lot of like misdirection at you. Like at one minute you're kind of thinking it's this person, then it's that person. So there is like a good amount of like, mystery, but that's kind of where my compliments about the movie kind of end, because there's a couple of things about the movie I didn't like. One, the identity politics constantly took me out of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they're talking about like, like misogyny and like, you're a narcissist and like you're gaslighting. It's like it takes in like all this bizarre, and like there's lesbians and they're like, oh my god, you're being ableist, and it's like it's just all these like little
Yes.
terms that you hear on the internet like make
All
their
my
way into
favorite
them.
words.
They make their way into the movie, and I'm like like even as like a satire, which I don't think it was really being a satire. I think it was trying to like kind of appeal to Gen Z people. I think that's
Mm-hmm.
like a whodunit, murder mystery for Gen Zers is what I would say that movie was for. Like if you're a Gen Z person, you probably would enjoy it.
The
But
acting was decent though.
yeah, the acting was decent. I mean, the performances were fine. I didn't really care for the cinematography because like the whole place goes dark, and so you could barely fucking see anything. Like everyone just has like phone lights the whole movie. Like 90% of the movie, you just see them like with their phones up with like flashlights on them, right? So because it's completely dark at night and they're trying to figure out like who murdered this person, who murdered, you know what I mean? But it's like at certain point, it's like, okay, this is too fucking dark. Can we turn the lights back on? Like, just so I can fucking see people. And it's not like this stark contrast of like lights and shadows and lights and shadows. It's like too much flashing around. It just seems like a very muddled kind of a mess, you know, visually. But besides that, and like I didn't like the characters. Like I didn't like any of the characters. None of them were likable. They had Lee Pace in this, which Lee Pace, he was in *Halt and Catch Fire*. He's a phenomenal actor, but he played that one dude who was, I guess, the hunky guy or whatever, who got, you know, he got right. You know that guy. He was like the himbo type of
Yeah,
dude.
the hunk.
Yeah, he got hit or whatever, and his like Lee Pace is a great actor, but in this he was just like completely wasted. And then you had that one comedian guy in this. He was like on SNL or whatever. Pete Davidson, that's his name. He was okay. Like he was kind of funny, and I kind of liked the twist of the movie. I thought that was interesting, and because it kind of tells you something about like human nature. Like I think they were trying to, you know, make a statement at the end, like, okay, this is what happens when like people get paranoid, they start accusing each other, and you know, and people just end up dying because people can't keep their shit straight. So I mean, it was fine. I just feel like if they could have had like different actors, maybe different lingo, different script with like the similar idea.
The lingo,
like
even during the movie you were commenting on.
It could have been better. Was parasocial in there? No, but I wouldn't have been surprised if they dropped that randomly in the conversation. Like, oh my God, you're having such a parasocial relationship with me right now. Like, I totally would have expected that. How do you guys think Dewey is returning in Scream 7? I'm thinking we're going to get a videotape of Dewey along. I think we're going to get a videotape too. I said that in my video today. If you haven't heard it yet, watch my video I dropped today. I think that there's going to be a videotape of Dewey, similar to how there was one of Randy in Scream 3, where he was, you know, given the new rules of like the trilogy and the third movie, that, you know, so it's going to be a video like that. And he might even make like a callback to Randy, you know, in his tape, where I think he'll be talking about clues in this new movie, like what's going to lead them to new discoveries, you know, relationships that we didn't realize were there, or new people we hadn't discovered before. At least Sydney is going to find this out with, you know, looking at Dewey's tapes, his notes, evidence they hadn't seen before. I think because again, they're going to call back to stuff that happened in 1996, right? They're going to have lots of flashbacks and like, you know, AI people talking and shit. So there's going to be a lot of that stuff in the movie. So yeah, I don't think Dewey's actually going to come back to life. There may be like someone who does like a Dewey voice thing, like a voice box thing, where they try to taunt Sydney with it, like, hey, Sydney, like you're, you know, everyone close to you dies. There was a line in the trailer where Dewey says this, and that's probably an AI voice, or it could be from like his videotape. It could be from his videotape. Like that could be like a snippet. Like maybe he says that in the tape that she discovers in the movie, like, you know, him talking about the evidence and notes that he had over the years. Like, you know, maybe he has a message for Sydney, like, hey, everyone close to you, or Gail, like he says, like everyone who's close to you dies, you know, so if you're smart, like you'll get out of this, you know, and stop pushing further. You know, who knows what the context is? That's completely removed of any context. So we don't know if it's like a fake AI thing, or if it's like, and here's just something they'll also do with trailers. I don't know if any of y'all noticed this, but they'll have like alternate takes in the trailer than they will have in the movie. So like you'll have a character say something like in a trailer, but then the take that they use in the movie will be slightly different. So like they'll say the same thing, but it'll have like a different inflection on it. So that might be the case as well. Like maybe they made him misdirect the audience by saying it a certain way in the trailer, only for him to say it, you know, a completely different way in the actual movie. So who knows where the fuck this is gonna go?
Yeah, a lot of people are so excited for the Scream movie. It makes me excited just listening to all the theories and the different things people say about it.
Yeah, it's crazy. A lot of little hype surrounding it. There's some people who they're trying to like fight against it because Melissa Barrera was she was fired from Searchlight, which I didn't know this. Searchlight Pictures is like a subsidiary of Walt Disney. So the Walt Disney
Hmm.
Company owns Searchlight Pictures. I'm pretty sure that's the case. I mean, if I could be mistaken, but so basically, Scream is also Ready or Not 2. That's coming out next year, and that's also being released under Searchlight Pictures, which again
Oh,
owned by Disney. So
right.
yeah, I'm excited for Ready or Not 2. That's a movie that's coming out next year. Want to see that as well. Let's see. So, Begonia. Shall I get into Begonia since
Yeah,
Nicole's here?
I'm gonna hop down because I have some mom things I need to
Okay,
do. But thank you for
sounds good.
having me up and talking movies with me and answering all my questions. And
Thank
I'll have
you.
some more next time.
Yeah, think of some
Bye.
more questions for me, some tough ones. Okay. All right, y'all. Let's see. I also had a theory that if Ghostface uses AI in Scream 7, maybe they use deepfake AI to make Sydney think Sam is one of the killers. That way we could have brief Sam. See, and that's the thing. Some people have speculated that maybe Melissa Barrera's character, Sam Carpenter, might be in the movie and revealed as a Ghostface. Or maybe they'll, do some kind of AI voice thing with her. Now, here's the thing. I don't think that's going to happen. Hey, Robbie, what's up? Yeah, Ready or Not too. So I don't think that's going to happen. And the one reason why I don't think that's going to happen is because the company firing her, I don't think they did that to misdirect people to not suspect her in the new Scream movie. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of a business decision to fire her from the production, and they completely changed the whole story around for Scream 7. Like it was going to be something completely fucking different, right? And it caused a fucking boycott to take place. So do we really think that they're going to put Melissa Barrera in the movie as like, oops, we were just faking you guys out, she's actually in this? Like, no, they're not going to do that because it's already cost them a lot of bad business, and they would never take a risk like that just to fool the audience to not suspect the killer in the new Scream movie. I don't think anyone's really considered the whole business aspect of that possibility. And I just really don't think that's going to happen. Sarah Michelle Gellar is written. Yeah, she is. And apparently she hasn't made like a big on-screen appearance for like 20 years or so. The actress from Ready or Not was awesome in the opening of Scream 6. Yeah, I liked her too. She's good. So Begonia. I want to talk a little bit about Begonia. And hold on here. I don't know if like Nicole, if you want to come up and like talk with me about it a little bit, feel free. I dropped the link in the chat. If you want to like, I don't know, come at me, bro, over my opinions. So here's my opinions about Begonia. So for those who don't know what Begonia is, I'll explain it to you very briefly, and then I'm going to spoil it. So if you guys haven't seen it and you don't like spoilers, then stop listening for the next, I don't know, 10 minutes or so. So basically the CEO of this company is a woman played by what's her fucking name? I gotta look this shit up. Hold on. Begonia. By the way, if you look at the word begonia, it looks like it says bug on ya. Like you got a bug on ya. Anyway, so it's played. The CEO of the company is played by Emma Stone, and I guess this is some kind of like black comedy film. Which okay, no, temper your expectations here about what you're gonna watch. And it's got Jesse Plemons, and basically him and his cousin, they kidnap Emma Stone because Jesse Plemons' character Teddy thinks that Emma Stone's character Michelle Fuller is an alien. from outer space. Okay. And they basically trap her in the basement, and they like interrogate her, and they ask her all these questions. And the main like point about the movie, I think, is like conspiracy theorists, right? And how they're nuts, and how they completely skirt all logic and reason. Hey, Boyd Mama, good to see you. Love you some spoilers. Okay. So, the whole point is like conspiracy theorists are crazy, right? He gives all these weird justifications for how Emma Stone is an alien. Like, oh, her feet are narrower, and her hair follicles are slightly thicker than normal human hair. And like, she can communicate with her mothership if you don't shave her hair off. And, that's why she's bald in a lot of the, the screens and stuff that you see on the internet. Like she's like bald because they shave her head, right, in order so that she can't communicate with her alien tribe or whatever in space. And there's a lot that happens in the movie. Basically, there's like this kind of emotional arc that's kind of revealed to us. Jesse Plemons' character, his mother is in the hospital, and apparently Emma Stone's character, because of the company that she runs, they apparently devised some kind of medication or medicine or whatever that was given to Jesse Plemons' mother, and now she's like in a coma or something, right? She was made like, I guess, more unhealthy as a result of taking this medicine. And so you have like the emotional motivation for why Jesse Plemons' character may have cracked emotionally, mentally, and kidnapped the CEO, because she basically was in charge of releasing this medication and, basically hurting their his mother, right? And it's like this very tense, kind of like creepy situation. Again, another situation you wouldn't want to be in, right? It gets kind of intense too. Like he gives her like electroshock, and it's a very like creepy movie like that, right? And you kind of worry for Emma Stone's character. You relate to her because she approaches things very logically. She's like, here's what's gonna happen. The police are gonna come. They're gonna bust in the door. They're gonna arrest you. They're gonna rescue me. It's not gonna end well for you, right? Like she just kind of explains it very plainly, but he won't accept it. He's like, well, that's exactly what an alien would say, something like that. Like he just keeps like spitting all these random psychobabble things, and he will not listen to reason or logic. It's a lot like being on YouTube, actually. Like there's an interesting analogy here, where I know that if some people had their way, they would probably lock me up in a basement, some people on YouTube, and probably perform similar experiments on me. Like, it's communicating with its mothership. We have to shock it again. That's how some people are, on the internet. They're crazy. And this guy, there was evidence that he was probably like radicalized on the internet, right? From lots of different groups, the alt-right, the alt-left, lots of different groups, right? And basically, I'll spoil it for you guys. Emma Stone's character ends up being an alien. And they even try to like fool you right down to like the last like 15 minutes of the movie. They try to fool you because at that point you're like, okay, Emma Stone, she's planning her escape. She's going to plan to get rid of this dude once and for all, and and be saved by the cops. But it ends up just being like, oh, she is an alien. And then she gets beamed up to her alien species, and they basically kill everyone on planet Earth. And that's the movie. I'm not joking. That's the movie. Did I like the movie? I'll tell you what, Nicole. I like the first like 3/4 of the movie. The last fourth of the movie I didn't care for because it completely like what's the word I'm looking for? It like upended everything that they had been setting up prior. Right? Like all the trauma that Teddy suffered with his mother, and like, you know, you think he had a mental breakdown, which is why he's subject to all these conspiracy theories. And, you know, the way that he acts it out is he kidnaps the CEO of this company in order to deal with it mentally, only for it to be proven, oh, he was actually right and he's not crazy. And the whole, like, you know, his mother getting sick thing was just kind of like, I guess, an excuse to kidnap this alien, right? And she ends up being an alien, so I can't even relate to her at the end because she was an alien who kills everyone at the end of the movie. So it's like I can't watch a movie like this if like they're just going to destroy all sense of reality at the end of the movie. You know what I mean? Like they were clearly building to something. And then they were just like, well, wouldn't it be fucking shocking and hilarious if she did turn out to be an alien? I don't know. It felt like a Family Guy joke or something. Like, yeah, that's a twist, but it's like, I don't feel like it was earned. I don't feel like the twist was earned. She does look a little alien like. Well, that's, yeah, because I'm sure everyone would if you shave their fucking head and cover them with like white medication or whatever. Or whatever what was it? White itch cream? They told her to cover herself in white itch cream because that way she what was the reason? Her skin gave off like chemicals that would harm them or something. Whatever the fuck weird justification they came up with. I don't know. It was just fucking weird. Thank you so much to this amazing, wonderful person for the $50 that they donated to the stream tonight. Clearly, you appreciate the content, and I thank you for that.
And thank you to the people that can keep up and ain't slow and don't need a helmet out here. Y'all are the bread and butter of society, keeping me with faith, okay?
You bitches want to come here and fuck up my money.
What do we not mess with again? A black woman's money.
So I can't fucking eat, and I want to fuck your faces up.
Hell yeah. All right, have a good night, King Matthew. Thanks for coming to the channel and the stream tonight. Tell your friends. Tell your friends that about the shit that I do here and how great I am. Have a good time with your wife. The Mummy returns. Yeah, they're getting Brendan Fraser back to reprise his role from The Mummy. So that'll be interesting. Brooke, she had court today, apparently. I don't know. Maybe I'll do a show about her soon. Maybe. I don't know. I don't think people give a fuck what I do over there. They barely give a shit what I do over here. But I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, that was Bugonia. I liked what they were doing with it when it was treated as like a serious kind of thriller, you know? I didn't really care for the ending because it undercuts everything that they set up, you know, with her going like, now I don't care that she went through all that pain because she's an alien the whole time and then she just killed everyone in the end. It's like, why do I care? I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I know you are, Chrissy, but most people do not. Most people don't give a shit. Let's see. What else is there to talk about? Well, I think that's a pretty much. Nicole, were you not fucking listening the whole time? I'm not gonna repeat myself. Oh my god, I think that's all I wanted to really talk about tonight. Thanks everyone for coming to the stream. I will see y'all next time. Hopefully we can get a bigger turnout. You know, if we could get over 30 people watching, then I'll make longer streams, but I'm not going to make no long streams when there's barely anyone watching and I got other shit to do with my time. I can also send some memberships, which I will gift you guys with since you guys made it to the end of the fucking stream. Yeah, go rewind. I gifted 5 memberships to the ungrateful people here. Let's see here. Share Bear. Oh, fuck. Franny Ann, Jinx, Farley got one. All right. Congrats to y'all who got one. All right, everyone. Have a good night. Thanks for coming, and keep it scary.